Hello guys, in this video I want to show you the idea I came up with, how to make reload in this game fun. In general, I guess focus of this game is how fast you track the targets and how fast you move your mouse, and that's all what you need to do in this very simple game. And I want to do a bit of challenge between the reloads, and according to your needs you can make this challenge easier or harder, all up to you. You decide how it's gonna work. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make buttons appear on the screen when you need to reload, and you're gonna need to click these buttons real fast, and then you're gonna have gun reloaded. Otherwise, until you click them, you don't have a bullets to shoot. Yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make UI image. I'm gonna name it as reload button, but we're not gonna use button component, we're gonna use script for this. And let's bring some pretty sprite so it looks better than it is now. On the UI elements here, we have something like circle, I guess. So we can use the circle, right? Maybe even the one with the shadow. Let's try the one with the shadow. Just gonna do it. Not this one, the green one. Yeah. No. Like so. Okay. Let's hit apply. Give it this image to reload button. Come on guys, upload. Okay, I'll just try one of them. No, another one. Yeah, this one. Good. So this button will appear on the screen and you need to click it to reload your gun. And we can even place some kind of text element here. I'm gonna just stretch it and make it black. It's gonna be, let's say, A and then MMO, like ammo, right? Let's do bold, align in the center, and change font. This one looks good. I'm gonna increase the size of the font. Okay, 62. Good. Reload button text. Nice. Now we need a script on this. Let's go and add one. And it's kind of messy in the asset folder. So I'm gonna make a folder for scripts. I'm gonna drag all of the scripts here. Okay. Now we have a bunch of scripts all together. And I'm gonna make a new C# script. Reload button UI. Oh, we have UI. Let's do UI reload button. Yeah, this is a bit better. And we can drag it on the reload button. And now we're gonna use something that you may heard of, you may not. It's called an interface. Again, interface, it's a whole another topic that you can discuss for a long time, but I'll try to explain simply. Interface can be implemented on any script. It can have same name. You must implement functionality of the interface, but it can do different things for different scripts. As example, let's use interface that is created by Unity. We're going to type comma here and then type I pointer down handler. And usually interface begins with the I pointer down handler. And as you can see, I'm going to delete this. It shows me an error because we did not implement interface, and it says does not implement interface member. So we're gonna click Alt Enter and click implement interface. This function gonna be called whenever you click on the element that has this interface, that has this script. And as of now, I'm just gonna do debug log, reload button, or actually let's do something different. Let's just switch off the object. Game object set active false. All right. So you can see how it's gonna work. Let's try it first. I'm gonna make a couple of them, and I guess this one should be bigger because it's kind of easy to miss. Not that big, maybe 150. I don't know. It's all up to you. The smaller it is, the more difficult it is to do. All right, I'm gonna just duplicate and place a couple of them. Let's see if it works. Click, 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 click. Works. Good. And now we need to do some kind of functionality. So when you click the button, you have some kind of reload steps. With each click, reload steps are getting higher, and when you reach certain amount of steps, your gun can be reloaded. So I'm gonna delete these three for now. I'm gonna go to Canvas, UI, and I'm gonna make a header for reload info or reload details. And then we're gonna make a public int because I wanna see it, reload steps. And then we're gonna do a public UI reload button. So we have access to the script, but we can just get reference from the script to game object. And I'm using reload button component, variable, for one simple reason. With this, I can collect all of the buttons under the canvas, and I don't need to assign them manually every time. So I'm gonna type here reload button, and actually it should be buttons. So I'm gonna press Ctrl+RR and add letter S here. This is how you do it, Ctrl+RR. Okay, so reload buttons equals to get component, and not component, but components and components in children. This is a bit of advanced stuff, and it might be difficult for a complete beginner, but actually nothing difficult in it, honestly. With the practice, you'll get it. And we do a lot of cool stuff like this in my other courses, so make sure to check them out. URI load button. This should be an array because we get in lots of them, all of them. So we have array of the reload button elements, and we assigning them equals to get components in children. So now no matter how many buttons we create, it's going to be assigned. Let's go and try this. You can see we can have a couple of elements and we can assign them like so, but I can just duplicate them, go to play mode.
And before we continue, I want to say thanks to all of my Patreons and give special thanks to Friendly Robot, ASKT1 Mighty Poppy, Steven and Gennady, Chen Son, and Retrobad Gamer. Thanks to you guys, these videos are possible.
And you can see my canvas is going to have reload buttons array with all of the buttons we have as a children in the canvas. Cool, right? So I can keep it empty and it will be filled up on its own. Now our task is to make a step, to increase the step when you click on a button. So first we're gonna go to UI and make a function. Let's make it here. Public void open reload UI, in which we need to switch on all of the buttons so you can actually click them. So we're gonna do for each. It means for each element in something, and you can click tab twice to fill it up like I did. And here you can see for each UI reload button, we give name button in reload buttons array. And then we're gonna do button game object set active true. So we're gonna switch them on, and we want to have random position for them all the time. So we can do just like we can take screen size and place it within the screen size. And I don't want to place it on the edges. Let's say I want to place it somewhere like around here, right? So I have kind of offset. Let me see. This may be, I don't know, like 300, like entire length is 90/20. Yeah, so if you cut them maybe around 400, and for the vertical around 200. So what I can do is go here and type float random x equals to random range from 400 to 1600, and then float random y equals to random range from maybe let's say 300 and 900. We're gonna try this. I'm not sure how it's gonna be placed. And then we take this button transform position equals to new vector 2 random x random y. let's see if we switch on the buttons now, and we need to click something to open this reload UI. So I'm going to do if input and get key down, key code R, open reload UI. They all switched on, so I need to switch them off. By the way, Canvas will not grab these components if they are switched off. So we need to go back here, and here we're gonna type true. Now it's gonna grab components even if they're switched off, like as a game object active false. All right, I'm gonna click R, and we have random place. Again, and that's how you're gonna do it. All right. If you want, you can, decrease the offset. Just if you want to have it more to the left, then you can make this value here less, like 140. I mean 1400, and maybe 700 here, and maybe 600 here. I don't know. Just need to try and test different values. But that's not the main point. After we do this, we're gonna take our reload steps and assign them equals to reload buttons lengths. Now we have a value on reload steps. At this point, it's gonna be 4. Every time we click the button, we need to reduce amount of reload steps we have. So we're gonna go to reload button here, and not only switch it off, but do UI.instance reload steps -. And at the same time, when we click the button, we want to reload the gun. We could do something like if UI instance reload steps less or equals to 0, then gun controller reload, right? But we don't have access to gun controller from UI reload button. How we can get access to that? Well, we can go to UI and create a variable like I did before. It's gonna be public gun controller. Now I have access to that, and I need to make sure reload function is public. So I'm gonna go and find reload gun. It is private. Let's make it public. I think shoot can be private actually, and have bullets as well, because we don't have to use them somewhere else. Only reload gun can be public. So now we have this function public. We have access to gun controller on the UI, and here on the reload button, if reload steps is less or equals to 0, we can do UI.instance.gunController.reload gun. And this will work, but I want to do it in a bit different way. First, let's make sure it's working. Then I want to show you a cleaner way. And on the gun controller, we don't need to do reload anymore, but I'm going to just comment it out with a K plus C. Control plus K plus C, comment like so. And K plus U to uncomment. Okay. All right. Let's go and try this now. We have it all set up. We assign amount of reload steps when we switch on buttons. Then we reduce them one by one when we click the button. And once it is less or equals to 0, we reload the gun. Cool. Oh, we need to assign gun controller. I forgot. Player, gun controller. Now look, I'm gonna press R. We have 4 steps. Click, 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 reload it. Now there is a problem you could see. I'm shooting my bullets. Oh no, I'm gonna lose the game. Let me switch off the dead zone. So again, I'm shooting my bullets when I click them. Oh, that was kind of too close. Right? Which is not okay. So we can stop that. How we can stop that? We can go to script when we shoot where we have gun controller. Not here. Gun controller. When we shoot, we're gonna type if event system current is pointer down over game object, is pointer over game object, then we're gonna return. And this means if your mouse is over UI element, you're gonna return from this function, you're not gonna shoot. Let's try this now. Oops. I'm gonna click reload and you can see I'm not shooting. Now I'm shooting and it's all okay. Works good. And you're not shooting over these elements, but this can be fixed. Oh, all right. Try again. Okay. This can be fixed. We just need to go to these elements and uncheck raycast target here. Wait a second. We need to undo raycast here as well. Extra settings, raycast target, on the text, extra settings, raycast target, icons, raycast target. Okay. Now you can click over these elements, it's fine. But, oh no, I'm gonna lose the game. Oh my god. Yeah, but over these elements, you're not shooting. Which is kind of perfect, right? Last thing I want to do here to make it even better is to make a slow time when you're reloading. So you kind of have a bit of, extra time. And also I want to change text on these buttons. I want to do this M, O. So it's like ammo. And as I said, if you want to make it more difficult, you can decrease size of a button, or you can make more of buttons and use word reload, or just use numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. On the reload gun, we're gonna do time.timescale equals to 1, and on the UI, when we switch off open reload UI, we're gonna do time.timescale equals to, let's say 0.4f. Let's save it and save this one. Try it again, and I guess we're done with this video. I'm gonna reload, and you can see time is slower, so I have time to click them. They're kind of too close, I don't like it. But I think in general this mechanics makes it much more fun. I love it. And we're done with this video. Hey there, video is basically over and everything is done. You can basically enjoy and play the game. But I see we still have a bit of a time, and I want to show you how we could make the code cleaner, the one we just wrote. There is a way to make it a bit better, slightly more, efficient. You'll see what I mean by that. Let's take these reload buttons and make a parent for them, create empty parent, and name it as a reload buttons. This is probably what we should do in the first place. And let's make a box collider here. We're gonna set it to isTrigger, and it is at the moment very, very small. So what I'm going to do is to take this box collider and increase size by a lot, like 500 and 500 here. Now it is okay. And we can use this box collider to set range of buttons where they can appear. Would be a bit easier to set up, I believe. So let's say I want them to be in this window, just like so. All right. And we're going to use these bounds to decide where we're going to place these reload buttons. Let's go to canvas again. Here I'm going to make a serialized field, private box collider 2D, reload window, maybe. Yeah. And if you think about this, well, I'm going to show it to you later. Now let's go to the place we set range over here and use this box collider as a range. We're going to do reload window bounds size min x. Where is it? X bounds min x. Yeah, here min x. And here we're gonna have same but max. So reload window bounds max x. And for this one, same but for y. So we're gonna have reload window bounds min y. Reload window bounds max y. Now, if you go back and try this again, you're gonna see that button's gonna be appearing inside of this box collider, which is, you know, a bit easier to set up for us instead of doing hard code all the time. This is what we can do. Let me select it and try. What is it? Oh, we need to assign it, of course. Let's do canvas and drag reload window. And now we can try again. I'm gonna select it to see the buttons, and they are only inside of this box, which is cool. And if you want, you can make it smaller or bigger, you know, you decide. And another thing I want to show you here, another thing I wanted to show you is how to make this a bit cleaner. So we have less need of accessing UI instance just in one script. I want to make one function that will do all of this in the UI. And again, this is what I should do probably in the first place, but just that idea came first to me and I decided to try it out. So what we can do here is to make public void attempt to reload, and inside we're gonna do if reload steps bigger than 0, then we're gonna do reload steps minus minus, and I'm gonna do if reload steps is less or equals to 0, then I'm gonna do just gun controller reload gun. All right, now we can go back here, and instead of all of this, we can do UI instance attempt to reload. And because we're not getting access to these variables now, we can make them private. Let's go back here, make this as a serialized field private, as well as a gun controller. We don't need it to be public anymore. Private, and maybe this one as well. I'm gonna clean up, and let's see it now. Supposed to work fine, supposed to work the same, but I'm gonna double check. And oh, I need to spend some bullets and reload. It's okay, works the same, but we have more tight code now.
Thanks for watching. Rest of the course will be posted on this channel shortly. Subscribe not to miss that. Check my website for more courses. Ask your questions in the comments below. And remember, we don't play games, we make them.